The 13-page packet gives school districts a roadmap of requirements related to student privacy, access to educational services, and immigration enforcement on school campuses. Chris Reichdahl said schools should be a safe place for all kids. You can check out our KCHW Radio Facebook page for more details on these stories. And for KCHW 102.7, I'm Chuck Ritchie.
Oh, God, here we go again. Dork alert.
Good morning. It's KCHW 102.7. Getting started on a Tuesday with my lovely and beautiful and talented co-host, Chuck Ritchie.
It's me. It's me. Sorry to disappoint everybody. It's just me. It's just me.
Big thank you going out to Chuck, filling in for Val this morning, who's having some of that cataract surgery.
Woohoo.
Ooh,
I heard you had that fairly recently, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
And if you're scared of going in for that, it's easy peasy. Me and Val were talking about it. You know, they strap you down in the chair. They usually give you a little Valium or something to brighten your day or slow it down.
Oh.
And it's not that bad because you can see your eye move, but you can't feel it. And the light's so bright, you can't see the blades or lasers or anything like that. So
Well, that's
not
good
too
to know.
Yeah, it is. I mean, as far as like a surgery, it's something you get all, you're always going to get all worked up about it. But as far as something invasive that could happen to your body, it's not that bad.
I've heard a lot of people that barely even know they had it. You know, it makes an improvement, but the recovery from it is pretty easy too.
So now
What
the
I
weird
hear.
thing was I just had one eye done. And right away, as soon as it was over with, they wanted to sign me up to do the other one. And I'm like, the other eye's fine. They said, well, it's starting to do cataracts. Well, when I can't see out of it like the other one, I'll do something about it. But yeah, I don't want to be, cut on unless you have to. Now, the weird thing about it is if this is something you're going in for is so I have a new lens on one eye and, my birth lens on the other. And the new eye, if you close your eyes, so the right eye, when I close it and look at a white wall, it's like LED white. You know, that bright white?
Yeah.
It's just, and when I close that eye and open the other one, it's kind of dingy. Kind of dingy. And I don't want to say it's cloudy, but it's kind of dingy and yellowed. So definitely the old eye. If I forget which one it is, all I have to do is close it and go back and forth. It's like, oh yeah, that's the old eye.
Kind of like a new room versus that one that your grandma's been smoking in since the 60s.
I think that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, pretty much.
I got some streaks running down the wall of my eye.
I call that, and it was a very popular color in every house in the 90s. I call that tobacco stain yellow.
Yes,
And-
yes,
and
beautiful color.
And a lot of
It
home
goes with
builders-
everything.
A lot of home builders actually, maybe it was nostalgic or something, but they actually put it on the wall new throughout the 90s. That was a very popular color.
It was a thing. I had no idea. Wow.
You go into about 75% of the houses around here, and they still have the old 90s tobacco stain yellow on their walls. Yeah.
Nice. All right. And closing out the eye stuff, in the words of Samuel Jackson, the last time I trusted somebody, I lost an eye.
It's all fun and games till someone loses an eye.
Exactly. It's
My
that
English teacher
bad.
used to say that.
All right, let's roll out some weather and a ski report, all made possible by a donation from 49 Degrees North Mountain Resort. Weather for today in Chihuahua, 35 degrees with lots of sunshine. You got some light winds, a few passing clouds tonight, down to 18. Then tomorrow, Wednesday, warming up to 37 under partly cloudy skies, 21 for an overnight low. Thursday, 37 and 30 cloudy skies. Now on Friday, 39 degrees, 35 for an overnight low with a rain-snow mix at 90%. Weekend right now looking wet too. Morning snow showers on Saturday, 39 and 22. Sunday, 36 and 23 with afternoon snow showers. Monday, the snow continues, 33 and 23. All right.
Yeah.
Daytime temperatures above 30. So anything you get should be melted away. But that is good news for the ski hill, which
is.
means Chuck's taking over.
It is, yeah, and hopefully we'll get some of that snow maybe sticking around for Winterfest. I don't know. We got some lower temperatures between the last day of snow and Winterfest, but a few up in the upper temperatures. But up on the mountain, we have a current temperature of 22 degrees at the base, light winds, good visibility, no precipitation currently, and sunny skies. I think I already said a total snow depth of 36 inches. Up at the summit, 19 degrees currently right now with light winds, good visibility, sunny skies, 124 inches of snow up there right now, which is pretty awesome. 90 trails are open, 30 of those are groomed. Surface conditions are listed as groomed and skier pack snow. If you want more information about the mountain conditions or events happening at 49 Degrees North Mountain Resort, you can visit ski49n.com.
So
There
my
you go.
guess would be with this precipitation that's coming in, and since temperatures much cooler up there,
hmm
they're going to get a couple new feet of snow through Monday. I'm going to guess.
I'm guessing so. It's going to be a good one. And then the ski joring is next weekend, and we're
Ooh,
going to be there live covering some of the ski joring events.
all
Not
right.
not doing the play by play, but just just up there, make it maybe chiming in a little bit here and there. That'll be fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. That is weather and your ski report made possible by a donation from 49 Degrees North Mountain Resort. And Chuck again with breakfast and lunch for the kids.
Yes, sir. So today for breakfast we have the still the menu that's a little bit difficult to read here, but I will do my best. Wow, especially when you get there towards the middle. Today we have breakfast on a stick with a syrup cup, fruit or juice, or a fruit breakfast parfait with granola, fruit or juice, a variety of cereal. This is where it gets difficult to read with cheese stick or yogurt, or a bread or muffin, again with fruit or juice. And then moving on to the lunch menu, we have a case of. Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong day. I'm looking at the wrong day, Scott. It's the
Okay.
20. It's the 28th already today, isn't it?
Hmm.
That's wild. That's wild. All right, enchiladas with rice and a fruit and veggie. There you go.
Well, it's okay that things are going fast. It's already the end of January because I really want the next 4 years to zoom by.
If we're still here
Even
at the
though
end
it
of it.
means I'll be like 62,
Wow.
closer to death, probably. I don't care.
Okay.
All right, let's take a look. Thank you, Chuck. Let's
No
take
problem.
a look at what's happening in the community. Today, Food Bank opened from 10 until 2 p.m. Tomorrow, Chamber of Commerce meeting. That's 7 o'clock
Hey, Scott.
at
Hey,
the
Scott.
casino for early
Scott.
birds. Say that again.
It's Tuesday, not Thursday.
What?
It's Tuesday.
Oh,
Today's Tuesday,
I'm
Scott.
way ahead, aren't I? Because when we do a show, it's on
It's
Thursday.
Thursday.
That totally messed me up. All right, let's skip back to Tuesday and start all over. Erase everything you heard come out of my mouth.
Right?
All right. Cheweel Library story time, since it's Tuesday, 10:30
Yes.
to 11:30. Then your chance to sit and knit at the Cheweel Center for the Arts between 2 and 4 today. Wednesday, 3 to 4, Cheweel Library Tech Help in the morning. It's adult pickleball at the school. That goes from 9 to 11:30. Now Thursday, Food Bank, 10 to 2, Chamber of Commerce meeting on Friday. Now, Chuck mentioned the skijoring. That's from 11 to 4. And this is not part of Winterfest. This is taking place up at 49 Degrees North,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah, and these are, I believe, regional ski joring competitions. So
Very fun.
so
Very
people
fun.
people come from all over to do this competition. So it's kind of fun. Yeah.
Then Saturday night at 5:30, we have a wine tasting dinner, and this is happening at the Rusty Putter. It's hosted, they say, by one of their very own members, Gene Darby, and you can enjoy a selection of handpicked wines specifically curated to pair with their delectable three-course meal. If you want more information, you can make a reservation. Sitting will be communal. The phone number 509-935 6807. 6807, extension 4, if you'd like to make reservations for the wine tasting dinner at the Rusty Putter up at the Chewell Golf and Country Club for Saturday night.
Yeah.
One more thing I wanted to throw out, and then I'll check with Chuck, see if I missed anything, is that we've had a letter come in from the library.
Mhm.
And folks probably know that the library went through some big upgrades. Well, coming up on February 8th, they are going to have an open house. And you can check that out, check out their new renovations. And that is all part of Winterfest is happening at the same
Yeah.
time. And you guys are going to be doing some kind of kickoff in front of the library
Yeah.
too?
Yeah, there's going to be a ribbon cutting ceremony. There's going to be, we'll call them dignitaries from around the area that are going to be there, doing a little speaking, and that's where actually Winterfest is going to be kicking off in front of the library at 11:30. And then once that ceremony is over, we will move on over to Main Street and begin the festivities. The music's going to start playing. We got a great lineup, and it's going to be a good day. I'm looking forward to it. And
Excellent.
I have been in there. The library has been open. What they're doing right now is a soft opening, and it's really nice in there. If you haven't gone in the library yet, you should probably check it out because they did a really good job in there. There's a really big like conference room in the back now that people can use. Yeah, new flooring, new. It still feels like the same library. You go in, everything's still roughly the same, but it's everything's just nicer now.
All right.
Upgraded flooring, new paint. They got some really great new stuff for the kids area. It's really nice in there. Yeah.
All right, re-grand opening of the library, same time then as Winterfest. I mean, what a great opportunity to show up and check that out as well.
Exactly.
All right, Chuck, any events that I've missed that you want to touch base on?
No, I think we're good. It's kind of a quiet week this week. Getting ready for next week when it's not so quiet.
And then tomorrow's your big day where you cover everything happening in the future in Chewelah and Stevens County with your lady friends, Sharon and Paula, right?
Exactly. You make that sound scandalous, Scott.
I know. Join them at 7:25. Whoop up!
We live it up early in the morning.
All right. A few news headlines. In a memo to federal agencies yesterday, White House Office of Management and Budget ordered a freeze on all federal grants and loans, potentially affecting trillions of dollars in federal assistance for Americans. The memo from Trump, it said, would pause and provide time to determine the best uses for funding programs consistent with the law and president's priorities. Takes place at 5 p.m. today, and agencies have until February 10th to report affected programs.
Wow.
So some people could be waiting on some checks they were expecting. The potential impacts memo said the pause doesn't include funds provided directly to individuals like Social Security and Medicare, but it's unclear how the freeze would affect federal money that's first sent to states or organizations and then distributed to households.
Yeah, it's gonna be a disaster.
Of course, the Democrats reacted. Senator Majority Leader Chuck Schumer criticized the move, saying Congress had already approved these fundings and warning that it would affect families in red and blue states. It will mean missed payrolls and missed rent payments, he said.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think I have some more on. No, it's something else. All right.
Well,
moving on.
It's going to affect a lot of nonprofits too. Community organizations, health organizations. Places that do good for your community, places that your community relies on to survive.
If you've been waiting on a government grant payment to come in, yeah, you're gonna be walking on eggshells, and they're expensive.
Do they say how it affects federal home loans and student loans and that sort of stuff too? I mean, those are all federal loans.
And how does that break down if he's froze something like that? Would you miss a portion of your house payment? I don't know how that would all work out. So
what if you're in the middle of trying to finance and all of a sudden there's no money for your loan that you've been working on for months?
That could be, definitely. Wow. All right.
Yeah.
All right. In TV, on the premiere of The Bachelor, Grant Ellis met the 25 women vying for his love, one of whom introduced him to her no drama llama, Linda. No drama llama Linda. Okay.
That's what they called me in high school.
The first impression rose, which came with a big twist, and there was actually a llama on the show.
Nice.
More than a dozen Justice Department officials who worked on the criminal investigation into Trump got fired yesterday. Surprise, surprise. Acting Attorney General James McHenry said they couldn't be trusted to faithfully enact Trump's agenda.
Wow.
Got to have those followers.
Yeah. God forbid you have anybody that doesn't agree 100% with you in there.
I watched Star Wars last night. This feels like Emperor Palpatine.
It really does.
I can picture him in the robe up there. All right. New AI chatbot in town, freaking everybody out. DeepSeek, a Chinese AI company whose R1 chatbot climbed to the top of Apple's App Store, triggered a major sell-off of tech stocks amid concerns that it threatens U.S. dominance in the industry. Mm-hmm. They said it's as good as chatbot, which they've spent I don't know, if you combine all three of our AIs that Bing and the other organizations are running, they've dumped about $1 trillion into AI tech. Mm-hmm. And the Chinese company who launched this new DeepSeek spent $6 million.
Yeah. I've seen that. I heard it was kind of in response to sort of new federal programs that are basically going to give all the rights to AI to just a few select companies that are, basically that are friends of Trump. And this
Yes.
was sort of, then they were going to give them trillions of dollars of federal money. And this is just sort of in retaliation to that, saying, no, you don't need to spend that much money on this stuff.
Oh, yeah. And
Yep.
this is the point of the show where I'd like to remind people to save the billionaires.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing that's been really great about all of this TikTok stuff and all of this, Chinese stuff is there's this new, there's a couple new platforms that are out now that are actually for like the first time in human history allowing everyday American people and everyday Chinese people to just have conversations and talk to each other and compare our lives. And it's a lot of, the misinformation about, the propaganda that Americans have been fed about, anti-Chinese stuff for 5 generations now. It's not true.
Yeah.
None of it's true. It's all fake. It's all propaganda. And a
The
lot
majority of them are just like you. They get up and they eat their breakfast and kiss their kids and go to work.
they go to work. They own businesses. They make money, and things just don't cost as much.
And then just like us, they want everyone to die.
Whoa, I don't know about that.
Well, I'm trying to be ironic. Thank you.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Or show the stupidity,
Right.
of just judging people you don't know.
But that's, talk about a silver lining to all this stuff. And it's kind of cool to see this sort of cultural coming together of us and cultures that we've basically been shut out of for many, many years. So.
And it's the only way, I think, that communication across a global scale is the only way really for a true democracy to spread and have peace, is people connecting like that. And, they don't want to see missiles launched because they have friends here, and we don't want to see missiles launched because we don't have friends there. And then there's so many of us, we can gang up and throw out all the evil dictators. Thank you.
Right. There you go. Scott's plan for world
Solve
peace.
all the world's problem in 30 seconds. That's why we call it radio.
In direct defiance of our current administration, peace through peace.
All right, let's move on to another warmonger, Starbucks. Yes. They wage war on coffee. In an effort to win back customers, Starbucks announced coffee house amenities, including free refills. Of course, there's a catch. And the return of its condiment bar due to popular demand. The amenities come after Starbucks reversed its open door policy, and people revolted. I guess numbers in business must have dropped substantially.
What open door? Like you could walk into their corporate office, or?
Well, no, I'm guessing they're calling it an open door policy is because they had changed a bunch of their stuff, like the condiments bar and stuff like that. And I guess Starbucks customers were unhappy, and we really do have, the power to affect companies, even though, we don't think we do. And we tried to do like the gas wars where everybody don't buy gas today.
Right.
But it's hard to get everyone to be involved in something like that, to make a stand and a dramatic show to the corporate world. But when you do something stupid and you anger people and half of them start getting their coffee somewhere else,
Yeah.
you wake up real quick.
Yeah, you do.
And I think we forget we have that power. And I'm not saying do this to this company, but let's say everybody was mad at Samsung. Don't buy anything with their name on it for a week and see how nice they get.
Oh, really nice.
Yeah.
Please
I mean,
come back.
we've got the power. We just don't wield it correctly.
No,
All
we
right.
don't.
Let's see. I did TV. Let's stay there. News Now streaming. First 3 episodes of a political thriller series, Paradise, starring Sterling K. Brown, dropped overnight on Hulu. Taking a look at sports, Houston Rockets overcame multiple game-tying scores by the Boston Celtics in the final seconds last night of the game, and they won 114 to 112. Wow, that's close.
That is close.
All right. Amanda Thompson, who sank the buzzer beater, said, "That's my first game winner. I feel like Kobe."
Nice.
On the court, Sixers look to keep turning things around after a losing skid when they play the Lakers tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on TNT. In the ranks, Stars face their conference rivals, the Golden Knights, again at 10 p.m. Eastern on ESPN+. There you go. That's sports. And I think I have just a couple more, and then I'm going to shut up, Chuck.
Okay.
Chuck.
I
Right?
always forget that not a big basketball watcher. I always forget that it runs the same time as NFL.
Yes.
Sorry.
All right, something we can tell what he likes. Something this is back to Donald Trump. I'm sorry, but I don't know if everyone is aware of this. So, as ICE is sweeping the country, collecting undocumented immigrants and some that fell through the cracks, there's some things where they tried to arrest some Native Americans.
Yes. Yeah, reported on that
yesterday. Some other things like that have happened. What really shocked me, this is horrific. Imagine it happening to you. All right. So if they can't tell what country you came from, they are going to send you to a specific place. And I'm not going to say what it is yet. I'm just going to kind of envision it. So you're an undocumented immigrant. You came illegally over the border. You've been living here for 10 years. You got a family, wife, and kids. They scoop you all up. They stick you on an airplane. Do not tell you where you're going. And when you step off, you have stepped off. Trump has made this agreement with this country. You have stepped off in one of the worst places on the planet, El Salvador.
Wow. And
so if you're undocumented, they can't get you back to your original country. They are sending you to El Salvador.
That's wild. Well,
which is a war-torn, poor country.
Yeah.
I just can't imagine. That's kidnapping. It's horrific.
It's crimes against humanity is what is happening right now.
It really is. Yep. It really is. You might think, oh, no big deal, but wait till someday, if this is allowed to keep going and allowed to happen, someday they might knock on your door for your kids.
Well, I was reading the reports of the Native Americans. The administration has actually said, no, they don't have the same rights as American citizens. Yes, they do. Legally, in every possible way, they are American citizens. And they're arguing that they should be deported to where? Are they just gonna try to make them go back on their? It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand what.
And if they can't go back to their country of origin, they go to El Salvador.
Right.
Which is not a free vacation.
Well, and of course, in somewhat related news, they've restarted the funding program to provide arms and bombs to Israel to continue their genocide attempts in the Gaza Strip.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Now that I've seen a bunch of reports of the ceasefire, Israel not honoring the ceasefire, continuing to kill random people, public executions, that sort of things on the Gaza Strip with some of the people there, completely not honoring their. And
can't we just make killing anyone for any reason illegal?
And in the midst of that, our administration decided, let's give them more bombs, more weapons, so they can kill more people. Yeah.
All right, let's turn the corner on the last one in the bad news department, and we'll switch it up and do some fun stuff. U.S. officials investigating the appearance of a new strain of bird flu identified in the U.S. for the first time. Worrying sign that the virus is evolving in ways that can make it harder to contain, this time in ducks. So if you're looking for the price of eggs to come down soon, probably not going to happen.
No.
I think it's almost to the point where it's cheaper to get your eggs out of a Jimmy Dean bowl.
I know, right?
I can still, if you go to Dollar Tree, you can still get a Jimmy Dean breakfast bowl for $3. So
I went to IHOP the other day. I got $12 worth of eggs for $7.
Nice. What a steal.
I did see. Right. I was in a grocery store and I saw a dozen eggs for $12.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
They were the brown ones, the organic
fancy eggs.
Yeah, but still, a dozen eggs for $12. Crazy.
Yeah, I think I'll pass on that. I'm gonna go egg, and that's horrible because that's like one of my diet staples, which I'm sure is true for a lot of people.
Oh yeah, dude, I base what I eat, what I make for dinner, based on how well it's gonna heat up the next morning with a fried egg on top of it.
All right, Chuck, let's move this machine onto bits and breaks this morning. We kick it off with a quick joke from Chuck Ritchie. He's going to make fun of people.
But yeah, that's what I do best, It's loading here. Where'd
It's
it go?
loading.
Yeah, yeah.
Loading.
I had it open and I switched over to it, and of course it restarted the page. There we go. So a group of friends in Idaho went deer hunting. They paired off in twos for the day. That night, one of the hunters returned alone, staggering under the weight of an 8-point buck. Ooh. The others asked, "Where's Henry?" The successful hunter replied, "Henry had a stroke of some kind. He's a couple miles back up the trail." They said, "You just left Henry laying there and carried the deer back?" "Yeah, it was a tough call," he said, "but I figured no one's going to steal Henry."
Oh.
Wow. Henry,
Uh,
is Henry
uh,
okay?
yeah. I'm not a fan of the Super Bowl. I'm not really into football. Sorry to say that. And my neighbors are really irritating me, Chuck. They're rich and snobby. They asked if they could borrow part of my yard during the Super Bowl so they don't have to cut the end off their new widescreen TV.
Wow.
My buddy just got a 90-incher.
Wow. That's crazy.
90. Yeah.
You know,
All right.
we have,
Chuck, what is our tweet of the week so far? I know it's only Tuesday, but what is the tweet of the week so far?
and this is so true, especially years like this. January is just a literal giant Monday. Yeah.
But it's almost over. It's almost over. Here comes spring. Here comes spring.
Right. I'm ready. We haven't even gotten any snow yet, and I'm ready for it. This cold. It was cold this morning, Scott.
Was it? Oh, poor Chucky.
It was cold.
How cold was it, Chuck?
It was so cold that my antifreeze windshield wiper fluid that I used to get the ice off in the morning just turned into ice. Yeah. I didn't have a good joke for that. Just a true statement.
It was a great setup, though.
Yeah, it was, but I ruined it.
Instead of saying, all right, this is a game, me and Chuck are going to go back and forth on these. And what do you say instead of the usual things people say? The internet was asked, and hear what people said. First one I have, Chuck. Instead of saying, I'm mad at someone, say, my enemies have succeeded.
We must overturn this.
You try one.
All right. So instead of saying he's full, my friend says his waistband is suffering. I like that one. Like, ow, my waistband.
Instead of saying someone is stupid, my friends say wisdom is chasing her, but she's faster.
I love that.
Ow, that hurt.
And there's like a little compliment wrapped in there too.
Yeah.
Like, you may be dumb, but you're fast.
Yeah.
I love it. My friend doesn't like or heart social media posts. He says he helps them rise to the next level.
Okay. Instead of saying I'm tired, I say my energy is taking a vacation.
I've been there. Instead of saying I'm hungry, I say my stomach is echoing.
Instead of saying that's surprising, I say reality just twisted its plot.
That's happened so much lately. What kind of we're in some alternative we're in an alternative timeline, I think. Somewhere something fractured.
Matrix is broken.
Yeah. We're in the bad timeline. When my husband or I make a wrong turn, the other one says, "It's okay. We're exploring unknown paths."
I like that.
As I always tell my wife, whenever I make the wrong turn, we're just taking the scenic route. Yeah.
All right, Chuck. It's almost Super Bowl.
Mhm.
Will you like do the breakdown on that Super Bowl game they play called The Last Man?
Yeah. So every year,
Explain that to me.
yes, I'm learning as I'm explaining, Scott.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So every year, small groups of sport fans scattered across the U.S. play a game called Last Man. The goal is to be the last man in their group to find out who won the Super Bowl and the final score. Oh, so the rule
This will be
number,
good for me then.
right? So the rule number 1 is the object of the game is to avoid for as long as possible learning A, the winner, and B, the final score of the Super Bowl. This data is called the knowledge. Oh, wait, I don't have an echo for that. Can you give us an echo with that? The knowledge.
I can only do my own echo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's more of an evil voice. Rule number 2, you're not allowed, Scott, and this goes double for you. You're not allowed to flee the country. Leaving America means immediate disqualification from the game. Rule number 3, always play honestly. Don't just tell people you don't know, I guess. Rule number 4, if you receive information that might constitute the knowledge, but you weren't certain, like if someone might be messing with you by telling you false winner or score, you can opt not to believe the uncertain information and keep playing. However, if it turns out the uncertain information was correct, the game's endpoint is retroactive to when the knowledge was in fact known.
Okay.
So
I'm totally confused now.
so you can pretend you don't know, or assume somebody's told you a lie about the score. But if it turns out that was true, then it goes back and the game ends at the point you did know the correct information, whether it was known to you or not, apparently. Rule number 5, nobody ever wins. This is a game you play against yourself, so it always ends in a loss eventually.
All right. I'm going to carry those directions in my pocket.
Yeah, please do. We'll have those printed out for everyone later today, laminated on cardstock. No,
Believe it or not, it says time flies. Groundhog Day coming up on Sunday.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. Is it really? I thought that was before spring.
Hey, can I get a little more mic out of you? I can see where I'm way hotter. I know that's a problem for you, but
right. Well,
Scotty's on fire.
I'm seeing that too, and I'm already about maxing out our board. There we go. Okay.
A little better. All right. Hold on.
Check.
Scotty's on fire. All right, here we go. Groundhog Day tradition can be traced back to Candlemas, an early Christmas holiday, Christian holiday. Those who celebrated Candlemas decided that clear skies on the holiday meant a longer winter. All right. Germans eventually began to believe that if the sun made an appearance on Candlemas Day, a hedgehog would cast a shadow, predicting 6 more weeks of winter.
Okay.
The German immigrants, all right, arrived in Pennsylvania. They found a large number of groundhogs, so they decided that the groundhog, which resembles the European hedgehog, would predict the weather here in America.
Nice.
Now, Puxatawny Groundhog Club, founded in Puxatawny, Pennsylvania, 1887 by a group of groundhog hunters.
Wow.
You know those vicious killers.
That's
What are we having tonight, dinner? We're having groundhog.
Heard they make a mean ham.
Editor of the Puxatawny newspaper was a member of the club, and he claimed that Puxatawny Phil was the only true weather-predicting groundhog ever. Eventually, the furry Pennsylvania rodent known as Puxatawny Phil became world famous.
Ooh. Yeah. So was it the original Puxatawny Phil was the only one, and everyone since then has been an imposter and they can't actually read the weather?
Now, he's still alive.
Okay.
Cloning. Yeah.
That makes sense. They've got a secret underground lab.
Real easy to clone a groundhog, too.
Just remember, don't drive angry, Scott.
Okay.
Don't drive angry. I saw the best thing about the movie Groundhog Day that I agree with 100%. They should bill it as if it's a sequel. They should do a whole re-release and everything, but just re-release the original movie.
Same movie.
Call it a new Groundhog movie coming out.
Okay. All right. Since Chuck's a big dog owner, you get the 10 Commandments according to a dog.
I'm a big dog owner and a little dog owner, Scott.
Oh, okay. Big dog, little dog.
Just too many of them. That's all.
Okay. 4?
No, we're down to 3. We're down to 3.
Oh, there's a dog shortage at the Ritchie household.
Yeah, we lost one over the fall. He was old. Yeah.
I'm waiting.
Right. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. I knew that. I was just thinking about my dogs for a minute, Yeah. Did I feed...
here we go again. Dork alert.
Did I feed them this morning? Yeah. Thou shalt feed me today more than thou didst yesterday. We have one of those. His favorite place in the house is in front of his dog bowl. He will be there 10 minutes after he eats, scratching on that thing, wanting more all day, every day. That's all he wants. Thou shalt teach me with food, not big sticks and loud voices. That actually does work. Lots of praise and pets and loves and snuggles. Thou shalt walk with me every day.
Yes.
Yeah, that is important. Thou shalt not buy furniture that I cannot sit on.
Same thing I tell girlfriends.
Our dogs don't sleep in the bedroom with us at night, but as far as being on the couch, what's the point of having a dog if you can't snuggle up with them while you're watching TV or something, Like we don't look where we're eating, we don't let them up, but after we're done eating or whatever, we're sitting there, cuddle up with the blanket and the dog.
I'm sorry. I'm creeped out to get on a couch where I know a big dog has been.
Oh, really? Because they're dirty?
Not because of my allergies. Because they're naked. And Chuck, would you let me come in your house and roll all over your couch naked and want to sit on it? No. So I don't want to sit where your naked dog has rubbed all over.
Well, I let you the last time, and everything turned out okay.
That was
Scott.
different, though.
I mean, I did have to shampoo the couch afterwards, but
after that one,
go ahead and run home and cry to mama.
Yeah.
But if it makes you feel any better, before we invite company over, we do generally strip the couch cushion covers off and wash them.
Oh,
that's just part of the routine of like, people are coming over, strip the couch. Yeah,
and people are gonna think I'm weird, but yeah. And then I have a cat, so it's just as bad.
Right? Cats
don't even explain it to me.
Hey, Scott, cats are naked too.
Not my cat.
Although technically they are covered in fur. If humans were completely covered from head to toe in fur, would you feel differently about that?
No, not at all.
But that makes it worse.
It kind of does.
All right, we got more here. We got more.
Okay, sorry.
Thou shalt not pay attention to anyone else but me, lest I feel unwanted.
Oh,
this is true.
It's true.
This is true, especially when you have multiples and they all want your attention all the time, all at once. Yeah. Thou shalt love me to death, even when I bark all night long. Not so much in those moments. All right. Thou shalt not have a cat with attitude and claws.
They all have that. Like mine this morning, I had the window open and I can't do the show with light coming through. It washes out everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I've been rearranging stuff. So I go and I have to move her off her pedestal at the window. And as soon as I pick her up and I set her down and I pull the green screen over, she literally starts telling me how she feels about what I just did. She's got one of those when she's mad, she's got that raspy Siamese meow. So it's like, wow, wow. And literally yelling at me. So I figure I'll appease her with some food. So I go out of the studio, I give her some treats. And I come back in. She don't care about the treats. She's still mad. She comes in literally screaming at me. And I don't like to holler at my pet, but I was getting ready for the show and getting stressed out. And she's in here and she won't stop screaming. And finally, I had to yell at her and tell her to shut up. And then she just looked at me all scared and ran away. And now I feel bad.
See, our problem with our cat, we have a cat. He does not have an attitude, and he does not use his claws. Which is why we have our house like divided in half. The cat gets one half, the dogs get the other half. When the dogs are outside, the cat can come out and have the run of the whole house. But otherwise, he gets upstairs and the kids' sort of wing of the house. And because the dogs don't really, two of the dogs he gets along with great. One of them not so much. But he will not defend himself. He won't react, and he loves the dogs. He'll sit there. We have a glass door separating them. And he will scratch and scratch and scratch at the glass door when he sees the dogs. He wants to be their friend. But the dogs, not so much. Yeah.
All right.
Yep. All right. Let's see. Thou shalt not start the car until I am in it. That's a big one with ours. They do not. They're big dogs, and they get their head in the doorway when we're all trying to leave. And once the head's in the door, the body, it's like a tank. There's nothing you can do.
You better turn around. You got somebody in a big hood behind you.
Hey. Oh my God. She's scared. I thought you were kidding.
That was scary, Chuck. He's like coming up behind you.
You are scary, Blake. That is Blake, also known as the Professor, our Monday night DJ. He's come to join us on the morning show.
All right. Sit down.
Sit down. That's the rules, Blake. You scare the crap out of me, you have to sit down.
So you didn't think it was true, and then you turned around and saw some big hooded dude, right?
Yes. Well, you said that, and at first I saw you kind of looking, and then I caught like a little movement in the glass here in front of me. Yeah.
Emperor Palpatine is behind you,
right? Thanks, Blake, for waking me up this morning.
I like the hood.
Appreciate that.
All right.
Wow.
All right, I think you got a couple left.
I forget where I was now. Okay, that shalt not hide the food. Yes,
oh, yeah, don't say that.
Yes, I hide the food. Thou shalt obey the above without question, lest I poop on the neighbor's lawn and promote community strife.
Ooh. Your neighbors like your dogs, not like your dogs, Chuck. I'm okay. Just we won't say no.
I don't think anybody in the neighborhood likes our dogs.
All right.
They do stay contained to our house, but it's like the second the door opens, you have to open the door really quickly because they will slam into it and it's dangerous. And they run out of the door. They don't even hit the steps. They just leap straight down into the yard from the house, barking the second the door opens. Every time. It doesn't matter if there's anything out there or not, just as a precaution in case there is.
And then one of Chuck's dogs has a little different greeting.
Name is Hades, Lord of the Dead. Hi, how you doing?
Yeah. Pretty much. Pretty much.
All right. Let's see here as we head for the break. Crazy reasons people get divorced. And let's see if I've used any of these.
Okay. I will have to say before you get going on that, we do have one neighbor that says, "Gosh, I really like your dogs because it makes me not feel so bad about how mine behaves." Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm not the bad guy in the neighborhood. So
all right.
You get that.
Crazy reasons people get divorced. Let's see if Scott's done any of these. Nope, not the first one. He didn't like the movie The Lion King.
Wow. Tell me that's not true, Scott.
Yeah.
I actually didn't even know there was a sequel. Watched it the other night with my kids and kind of enjoyed it. It was pretty good.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Didn't they do a live action one too?
They did. Haven't seen that one.
Haven't seen it.
But the second one wasn't bad. Yeah.
I didn't pay attention to them because they fell under the heading in my folder that says things that didn't need to happen.
Wow.
All right. There is some reason this person got divorced. She was possessed by a genie.
Well, gosh, that seems like a good thing. You could really use that to your advantage.
Yeah, and if her attitude isn't good enough, just wish for a new one.
Right? Well, not if she's the one you're wishing for, I guess. I guess it could be really bad if she didn't like you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My first wish is for a different genie. This person says she had an excessive and insatiable desire.
For what?
What do you think?
Oh, yeah. I got
that's why he divorced her. What?
That's
What?
That's. I mean, mine has an excessive and insatiable desire for revenge. So, I mean, without completing that sentence, there could be a whole bunch of stuff there.
Wow. I have a little song I'd like to play for him.
Okay.
You are an idiot.
Hey, to each their own, I guess.
All right, crazy reasons people get divorced. Number 6. He nicknamed her Guantanamo on his phone.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
That's
Bet
wild.
you regret her seeing that, huh?
Yeah, no, that's bad. That's bad. or the
reason why this person got divorced, this lady, her parent told her that her husband was cheating.
Oh.
He's a cheater.
Wow.
He's a cheater.
Wow.
She adopted 550 cats. My kind of girl.
Right?
He cleaned it too much. What woman says that?
That's crazy. I guess if it's like obsessive, it gets to the point like, where they yell at you if you put a fork down in the wrong place.
Oh.
Bad
cleaning?
I lived with my sister for a while and I had to get out of there. She's a clean freak. And everything in her house is always spotless all the time. And if you put a dish in the wrong place, if you rinse it the wrong way, you will get an earful from her. So, yeah.
And the best reason to get a divorce, of course, is because she kissed a horse.
What's wrong with kissing a horse? I guess it depends on the kiss.
So that's true, Chuck. Very true. Was it a friendly kiss or
right, or a friendly kiss?
Yeah.
Maybe I should change my ringtone for her from the Imperial Death March to something else. Bum, bum. No, I don't do that. I love my wife. Yep.
All right. Last one. This is perfect for Chuck. It's called Potty Talk.
Potty Talk. So a recent survey found that 2/3 of us won't discuss bathroom topics with other people. Yet 86% of people said they have had personal conversations in the bathroom, including sharing gossip, talking about their job, chatting about Nookie, or discussing their love life. And here Scott, are some bathroom-related facts. Do you
Okay.
do you talk to people in the bathroom? I think that's like a ladies' room thing. Men, we have a vow of silence when we go in the bathroom.
Yeah.
There's no,
You're allowed to nod, but that's
yeah.
it.
If it's your best friend that you haven't seen in 20 years, you give the nod, the acknowledgement, and then wash your hands and talk to each other outside the bathroom. You
During
wait.
some point, though, somebody's going to say, hey, hold this.
No.
Sorry.
The worst part is when they reach something under the stall and you don't know who it is. Hold this. No.
Uh-huh.
All right. An average person visits the toilet 2,500 times per year, which is 6 to 8 times per day. Rookie numbers. All right.
In the words of Alan, rookie numbers.
Right. People spend at least 3 years of their lives on the toilet. 7 million cell phones are dropped in the toilet per year in the U.S. Have you ever dropped your cell phone in the toilet, Scott?
I have never dropped my cell phone in the toilet.
Yeah.
That's when I turn around and say, honey, it's for you.
Time to call that insurance.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not getting it out there. All right. Americans use a lot more toilet paper than any other country. That makes sense. Men spend 140 days of their lives shaving. I don't think so. I was blessed or cursed, however you want to call it, with a distinct lack of most of my facial hair. I don't grow a lot of it. So once a month, maybe I shave. I rarely have to do it. Yeah. All right.
I have no problems with hair.
Right. Well, I was hoping someday it would fall off the top of my head and land on my face and stick, but it just does that on the back instead. Yeah.
It's just wrong. Girls complain about having to shave their legs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it takes a long time to get all those whiskers off your face. And it's not like I can just, skip a day and wear a pair of pants and nobody can tell.
Right. Well, and then you get yelled at because it's impossible to clean them all off of the sink in the bathroom. Impossible to get them all in the
Not when you're single.
You
Just one big blow and they're gone. I don't see any whiskers.
What was who? And the next one here. Brushing your teeth with the water on wastes 5 gallons of water. Shaving
Shut it
with the
off.
water on wastes 15 to 20 gallons. 15 to 20, that's a lot. I tend to shave in the shower. I don't know about you, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the last one here, females take 3 times longer than males in the bathroom.
What? What? What?
Does the word mean anything to you?
And it's not a sexist thing. I'm not trying to bash women, but I have worked in as a maintenance capacity as a plumber and on a university campus. Female restroom and in other businesses too. Female restrooms always dirtier than men's rooms. Always.
There you have it, ladies.
Yeah, and it's a thing in the plumbing industry. If you go to work on a public ladies' room, it's gonna be gross.
All right.
I think y'all hang out in there. You do stuff, and men are, like I said, in and out. You just in and out. Yeah, not a lot of time.
Does
spent
smell
in there.
better.
Yeah, there's that.
There's that. I had to use the ladies' room the other day because I couldn't wait, and the men's room was busy. And when I came out, people sure looked at me funny.
I have a story time here. In high school. So when you go to a school, when you're in sports, typically a lot of times when you're getting ready, you will use the female locker rooms to get ready for a sports team. We did that one time getting ready for a football game. Had a little upset stomach. Spent a little extra time there in the stall, more than the rest of the team. All of a sudden, it got quiet in the room. My team had left, and all of a sudden there was more noise. And the cheerleading team had showed up to start getting ready for the game and had loaded up the locker room and were in there doing their thing, getting ready for the game. And I was frozen, paralyzed in fear in the stall. And, you get to a point to where you get past that point where you could have easily just said, hey, I'm in here. But you don't because you're frozen in fear. And then you just try to wait it out. But then it keeps getting longer and longer. And your team's out there on the field waiting for you to join them. And yeah, it was like the worst 10 minutes of my life of just sitting there waiting for something to happen until I finally had to go. And I'm like, hello, everybody. And they all start screaming. Yeah. calling you names.
Come on, Chuck. You can't just swim, eat grapes, and play around all the time.
Hang out in the girls' bathroom.
It was a traumatic memory.
Wow. Wow.
I
feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, it was really uncomfortable. It's a bad memory.
All right, Chuck.
Yeah.
What a great story to take us to break.
That's right. That's right.
All right, when we come back, local birthdays, goofy holidays, maybe a little trivia, and we always end with odd news. But you got to stay right here at Northern Lights Public Radio. We are KCHW 102.7. Remember, the next time you're trapped in a ladies' bathroom,
I have something to say. Better to burn out than to fade away.
Say it immediately. Don't wait.
don't wait.
Don't let the fear take over you.
There. Yeah, best thing to say.
It takes bravery, though.
Yeah, sure.
We'll be right back.
The important thing is to keep that smile on your face. Even if you're drowning.
Let's do that again. No, don't. No.
It's 8:16.
Your KCHW morning show is made possible by donations from
Colville Toyota. Colville Toyota, located at 160 West 3rd Avenue in Colville, offers new and used vehicle sales and service. Vehicle sales is open 8:30 a.m. till 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday, with a Toyota Express Maintenance Center open 7:30 a.m. till 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. More information on Colville Toyota's vehicle inventory and services is available at colvilletoyota.com. A small-town dealership with a big heart.
and by Chihuahua Flooring.
Chihuahua Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chihuahua Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Del Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at chihuahuaflooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at chihuahuaflooring@gmail.com.
This is KCHW 102.7.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast, January the 28th, 2025. I'm Mike Clifford. The Justice Department said Monday it had fired several career lawyers involved in prosecuting Donald Trump, escalating the president's campaign of retribution against his perceived enemies. That from NBC News. They report the employees worked on special counsel Jack Smith's investigation that led to the now dismissed indictments against Trump over his handling of classified documents and his efforts to overturn his 2020 election loss. Firing prosecutors because of cases they were assigned to work on is just unacceptable. That's what former U.S. Attorney Joyce Vance told NBC News. And the nation's highest court has declined to hear a case about Montana voting laws that would have disproportionately affected Native people.
Last year, Montana's Supreme Court decided that 2 laws passed in 2021 to ban same-day voter registration and paid absentee ballot collection were unconstitutional. Alex Raitt with the ACLU of Montana says people who face too many costs to voting often don't. For those who already face barriers, like long distances to elections offices or no residential mail delivery, these laws could have tipped the scales. Raitt argues that was the intention.
That's what we saw with these laws, was a very deliberate attempt to make it so difficult for people to vote that they would stay home.
Montana's Secretary of State Christy Jacobson brought the case to the U.S. Supreme Court, which last week opted not to hear it. Raitt says the High Court doesn't have jurisdiction to pick up a case on state voting laws. I'm Kathleen Shannon.
We head next to Indiana, where lawmakers have advanced a bill to raise the minimum teacher salary in the state to $45,000.
A Senate committee has approved the measure. Current law sets educators' minimum salary at $40,000. The increase would align with Governor Mike Braun's proposed budget and raise pay for about 6,000 teachers. Democratic Senator Fatty Cadora of Indianapolis pushed to raise the minimum salary to $65,000, but his amendment failed in a party line vote.
I cannot reconcile the difference between funding vouchers at 742% of the federal poverty line when we have teachers in public schools who are making a little bit more than $40,000.
The measure now heads to the Senate Appropriations Committee for review. If approved, it will go to the full Senate for a vote. The bill also includes paid parental leave for teachers. Full-time teachers would receive 20 days of leave, while part-time staff would get 10 days. And it requires school districts to increase the share of state funding spent on teacher pay from 62 to 65%. This story was produced with original reporting from Garrett Berquist for Wish TV. I'm Joe O'Leary, Public News Service. Find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
This is Public News Service. Next up, changes could be coming for folks in Arkansas who are on Medicaid.
Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders is proposing to add work requirements for some Medicaid recipients. Similar rules were imposed in the state in 2018, but later struck down by the Biden administration. Neil Seeley with Arkansas Community Organizations says more than 18,000 people lost coverage 7 years ago, although they were working or had been granted exemptions.
We reached out to people to speak with them about their experience. There was a reporting requirement, and if after 3 months you had not reported, then you would be taken off.
He says some recipients weren't aware they didn't have coverage until they tried to go to the doctor. Sanders is hopeful the requirements will remain in place under the new Trump administration. I'm Frida Ross reporting.
And the National Press Forward Coalition is helping fund local news, including an online outlet in rural Colorado.
With rural newsrooms struggling nationwide, Press Forward, a coalition of national funders, is investing more than $500 million in local newsrooms they see as vital for fighting misinformation, government accountability, and civic engagement. The Alamosa Citizen is one of 9 newsrooms in Colorado to receive funding. Founder Chris Lopez says he wanted to create an alternative to the one newspaper serving the San Luis Valley.
We felt that there was an opportunity in the market for something more regular, more robust, and told a different type of story.
According to the State of Local News report for 2024, 3/4 of news deserts are located in the nation's rural communities. Press Forward was launched with major support from the Knight and MacArthur Foundations, but it's also working to get more regional funders to support fact-based local news. This story was produced with original reporting from Ilana Newman for the Daily Yonder. I'm Eric Galatis.
Finally, the Chiefs are back in this year's Super Bowl, but first the chefs are back at Albuquerque's annual Super Bowl.
Roadrunner Food Bank will open its warehouse this Saturday to host dozens of local restaurants and bakeries competing for top honors in the best soup and dessert categories. Roadrunner's Diana Sanchez says the eateries help the food relief organization raise funds and awareness about the state's hunger issues.
We raise money by selling tickets to this event. There's live music. People get to taste all of these offerings. We have People's Choice Award, and we also have Critics' Choice Award.
I'm Roz Brown.
Feeding America estimates 1 in 5 kids and 1 in 7 adults are at risk of hunger in New Mexico. This is Mike Clifford for Public News Service, member and listener supported. Here's on radio stations big and small, your favorite podcast platform. Find our content and trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
KCHW is online at kchw.org. Listen to the live stream, find out about station events, memberships, local weather, and volunteering. You're listening to KCHW 102.7.
As far as I'm concerned, this picture's over right now.
Go dream on and drink your beer.
Well, I'm here to tell you that you're probably going to find out as you go out there that you're not going to amount to jack squat.
Good morning. We're back. It's KCHW 102.7. You got Scott and Chuck filling in for my sister Val, and he's doing a lovely job. I can't hear you.
It probably helps if I turn my microphone back up. Yeah.
Oh,
sorry about that. So you missed all that great, insightful stuff I just said.
Your lips were moving, but no sound was coming out.
Well, my lips are a little numb right now, so there's that.
Okay.
I was practicing my didgeridoo during the break, so now I can't feel my lips. Yeah.
Excellent.
It's actually
All
cool.
right, Chuck, this is your time to shine and roll out some local birthdays. I got my fingers crossed we have a couple, 1 or 2, maybe 3 or 4.
Let's see what we have today. You're in luck, Scott. We have 3 today.
Yes.
Just where you wanted to be. All right, so we have with birthdays today, Will Roach, Charlie, looks like Ellett, and Eve Willard with birthdays today. So happy birthday.
You know him, you love him. See him around town. Point and laugh. Tell him we talked about him on the radio. Oh, by the way, Chuck, you never did mail that calendar to me.
Ha ha. No, I didn't, Scott. I suck at that. I will. I'll get it. We have 11 more months to go, Scott. I'll try.
Alrighty then.
I didn't have an envelope. That's what it was.
Oh, it didn't have, huh. Find that hard to believe that somewhere around this radio station there isn't and probably not one big enough for the calendar though. I'll give you that.
See, and of course the one that they handed it to me in isn't good enough. So,
okay,
yeah, I'll get it to you.
All right, let's do those celebrity birthdays. Alan Alda from MASH turning 89. Barbie Benton from Playboy and Hee Haw 75. Catherine Morris from Cold Case 56. Singer Sarah McLachlan 57. Mo Roca, which is what I say at the holidays.
Give me Mo. Give me Mo of that. Especially the almond Roca. Ooh.
Supreme Court Justice Amy Connie Barrett, 53. Joey Fatone of NSYNC is 48. He's kind of an actor now.
I find it hard to believe that we're the same age. I mean, he's a year older than I am, but I remember him being young in like bands and stuff. I didn't realize we were the same age in when he was famous. Yeah.
Also, Nick Carter of the Backstreet Boys, 45. All right. Elijah Wood, Lord of the Rings, 44. They're all about your age, but
Right.
all more successful, Chuck.
Well, but Elijah Wood, I had this conversation about him. One of the creepiest actors alive today, Elijah Wood.
Yes. Yes.
I actually like him, but I also do find him very creepy.
Yeah.
Something about
I don't
him.
know if you want to be his friend or not.
I know.
All right, Tom Hopper from the Umbrella Academy is 40. How did I not mute my phone today? Ariel Winter from Modern Family, 27. That wraps it up right there for celebrity birthdays and on to history with Chuck Ritchie.
All right. So in 1813, the book Pride and Prejudice was first published in the United Kingdom, later to be surpassed only in popularity by Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies.
Yes.
Wasn't that what it was? Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies, or was it vampires? I think it was zombies.
No, it was zombies.
Yeah, it was
It was
zombies.
zombies. And it was awesome.
Yeah. In
Just saying.
it was good. In 1887, in a snowstorm at Fort Keogh, Montana, the world's largest snowflakes were reported, get this, at 15 inches wide and 8 inches thick. That's incredible. I love that.
Wow.
1958, Gottfried Christensen patented the Lego brick, and my personal hero. 1985, USA for Africa recorded the hit single "We Are the World" to help raise funds for the Ethiopian famine relief.
Skip the next one.
Which one was it in the "We Are the World"? There was it Bob Dylan? There was one of the really famous singers who was just completely disinterested in the whole thing. He was on stage. He would kind of like mouth like every third word and kind of looking around. Why am I here?
Mhm.
I think it was
Bob Dylan's really disinterested in his own music.
Obvious by listening.
yeah.
Oh, what was I saying again? I don't remember what the words. All right. In 2006, Thomas Haynes was an enterprising young drug dealer in Leavenworth, Kansas, as opposed to Leavenworth, Washington. He was so ambitious, he had some business cards made up to advertise himself as the town's boss drug dealer. Police officers got one of the cards, called the number, set up the buy, and when he showed up to make the delivery, he was then arrested. God, you're an idiot.
All right, then.
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. You are an idiot. All right. Then 2021, Bernie Sanders' mittens worn to the inauguration raised $1.8 million for Vermont charities.
He had mittens on the other day again, too. I wonder if he's going to sell those.
I know, right? There were some great mittens. That was the best thing to happen that day.
Yep. All right. Special events for today. It's Daisy Day. Good luck trying to
Aw.
find one to pick.
Right.
Data Privacy Day.
Good luck trying to find that as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we're at the point now where everybody can find their Social Security number on the dark web. Thank you.
Right.
Yes. Thank you, Social Security, for not having a secure system so that somebody could hack it and get the Social Security numbers of every American. Good job.
Well, the good thing is if you ever forget your Social Security number, you can just Google yourself and it'll pop right up. Yeah.
It's amazing what Social Security does with all those data protection funds. Yeah.
Yeah. Someday we might find out.
Yeah, I got a notification the other day.
Did you?
That my Social Security number was found on the dark web. Thanks a lot.
And you can't just like fill out a form and change it like a password.
No.
Like it's
You
yours.
should be able to, though, because I got it from Social Security and they let someone steal it.
Right. So they should give you a new one. Could you imagine this? I couldn't imagine getting a new one. I mean, it's so ingrained into my brain after all these years.
That'd be tough. Yeah. Trying to memorize it.
And what's hard, I ask my kids, I'm like, sometimes you fill out forms. Hey, kids, what's your Social Security number? And they have no idea. And I'm like, how do you not know your Social Security number? And they're like, I don't know. Do we have what's the Social Security number? I was like,
well, Dad, I haven't had a job yet.
You kids.
Yep. International Lego Day.
Ooh. Nice.
Go around with that history day there. Rattlesnake Roundup Day, always fun.
And is that because I know there's a few of them, but I think the biggest one is in Texas, like in the central Texas area. They get hundreds of thousands of them every year. Yeah,
it's pretty cool. I round mine up with a shovel.
Yeah.
Blueberry Pancake Day. This is Chuck's favorite day. Oh, I don't want to say it because he's probably got one around the studio still somewhere. It's Kazoo Day.
I do have a ton of them around here, but none of them within arm's reach of me.
Yay.
Yeah, sorry to disappoint everybody.
Thank a plug-in developer day. That's not the ones on the wall. That's like computer stuff.
Yep.
Speak up and succeed day. He's gonna hide in the corner. Probably not gonna get anywhere. And then pop art day.
Oh.
All right. That's where you shake up a can of Coca-Cola and spray it all over your wall, let it dry, and see what it looks like. Pop art. There you go. Number of the day, Chuck.
The number of the day is 870,000. Those are the miles of submarine communication cables in service globally. These cables form the backbone of international data transmission, carrying over 95% of global internet traffic.
Ooh.
Wasn't there a thing a few years ago where someone actually dug down and tried to hack into one of those or something? Or was that in a movie?
I'm not sure, but the Russians cut it and have cut it now twice, suspectedly. And what was it? Monday, there was a news story that there was a Russian ship anchored above the global lines. They caught it.
Wow.
And the British were there waiting for them, and they what would you call it? They raised their submarine and scared the heck out of them, and they ran.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, the British were already laying in wait with the sub there when they came to the transatlantic internet lines and stopped it. So if that's what they were going to do, but they said very mysterious for a boat to be stopped right over the line. So they think they were about to start. So
I don't think that's mysterious at all. I think I know exactly what they were going to be doing there.
Yeah. So they brought their submarine up to periscope depth.
Wow.
All right. Let's move. Did you do the number of the day? Yes, you did. That's what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Anytime.
All right. A few news and nuggets, and then we'll see if we can work in some trivia. A city killer asteroid skimmed past Earth this morning. NASA tracked the path of an asteroid that shot past Earth doing 35,000 miles an hour.
Ooh.
Asteroid 2025 BS4.
That's a...
BS4. What's that stand for? All right. Came within 511,000 miles of our planet, which is twice as far as the average 238,000 mile distance between Earth and the moon. If you're hearing this message, we survived.
We're still here, marked safe from asteroid BS24.
2025 BS4 is roughly 23 feet wide and weighs as much as a blue whale, more than 970,000 pounds. Wow.
Wow. That would do some damage.
Yeah, and if a space rock hit Earth like that, Chuck, the force of its impact will be equivalent to 19,000 tons of TNT. How do they know that? I haven't a clue.
No idea.
But it is powerful enough to do catastrophic damage if it landed on a large city.
Even if it landed in the ocean, it would probably cause tidal waves, all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Big old wave. All right, Chuck, pick a story you want to share.
I'm just gonna move on to the next one here because I'm a big jerky guy. I love beef jerky.
Okay.
So despite our frustration with high food costs, people are shelling out more money than ever on dried meat snacks, which aren't cheap already. Dried meat snacks are a generic way of saying beef jerky, and sales were up almost 10.5% last year to $3.29 billion in the United States.
I know why.
Is because it's like an emergency preparedness food?
No, because they jacked up the price so far.
Right. Yeah, true.
That's why they made the price. They doubled the price. So yeah, sales are up. I want to know how many packages more they sold. I bet you it's all dollars. I bet you they probably didn't sell maybe a few, but I bet you they didn't sell that many more in quantity. I bet you it's price.
I bet you the price went up at least 10%. I know I don't buy as much as I used to because it's just really it's outrageous. It's unaffordable. They used to be my road trip go to, pack of beef jerky and well,
if I go buy a pack of beef jerky and one of the big cans of cashews, which are a couple of my favorite snacks, that's half my week's food budget.
Oh, I know. Cashews, man, nuts are expensive. It's nuts.
Nuts are nuts.
Yeah, crazy. All right.
On to Japan we go. How do you say that? Hikikomori? The phenomenon of extreme social withdrawal continues to affect Japan, with recent surveys estimating around 1.46 million people living in isolation. That's what I'm doing. Once associated primarily with young men, the trend has shifted, with middle-aged and older individuals, nearly half of whom are women, now making up a significant portion of the hikikomori population.
Wow.
Easy for me to say. Just before the pandemic, the number of people experiencing hikikomori was around 500,000. The COVID-19 pandemic has exacerbated the issue. Hikikomori is defined as individuals who isolate themselves socially for at least 6 months. This includes both those who rarely leave their homes and those who only venture out for specific hobbies or activities, also known as shut-ins.
Oh. Can you say that one more time for us, Scott?
Hikikomori.
Are you smelling toast?
Yes.
I've got
HIKIKOMORI. Yeah.
Wow. That makes sense, though. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So I got another one here. I kind of skipped ahead a little bit, but a recent study explored how different groups perceive the beauty of tattooed individuals, revealing that despite tattoos' mainstream status, most people still find non-tattooed bodies more beautiful. The study found that 3 key factors influence our aesthetic judgment of tattoos: professional expertise, personal experience, and age. The study involved 480 participants, rating the attractiveness of models with varying degrees of tattoo coverage, from none to extreme full-body designs. Researchers photographed 2 models, a 30-year-old male and a 24-year-old female, from multiple angles, creating 6 different versions of each model with varying tattoo coverage. Tattoo artists and participants who had tattoos themselves tended to rate tattooed individuals more favorably than those without said body art. And younger participants under 50 rated heavily tattooed individuals as more beautiful than older participants did.
Wow. So I find tattooed guys scary.
So I'm scary.
And I find tattooed women totally hot. just saying. All right.
I'm a big fan of the tattoo. I think they're gorgeous. Well, they can be done gorgeous, and they can also be done, not so good. Like our new Secretary of Defense with his I'm not gonna go there. Have you seen his tattoos?
No.
Oh, he's got full on. Maybe I don't know. He's got like full on like white supremacist tattoos covering his arms.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. It's fun. Fun stuff. Yeah.
Cool study compared old footage of cities taken in 19. I'm just going.
Yeah, keep going.
1980 footage taken in 2010 of the very same places. So if that didn't make sense, they took footage in 1980 and then they did it again in 2010. Idea was to figure out how pedestrians are using streets differently over the years. Footage was taken in Boston, New York, Philadelphia, and it found that American pedestrians are walking faster and hanging out with other people way less than they used to. Welcome to social media. The researchers said the days of informally meeting up with a friend on the corner are declining, and pedestrians walked an average of 15% faster in 2010 compared to 30 years ago in 1980.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy. Yeah, and life is faster all over the place.
It is.
So.
But, it is kind of heartwarming. There are a few groups of people you see that take their daily walks around here. So there are a few groups of older folks here it's really fun to see. Sometimes there's big groups of them, and they just every day they're out walking, and it's always fun to stop and say hi and talk to them. So
Makes it a little easier and more comfortable in a small town too.
yeah. I always tell myself, gosh, I wish I could go out and join them or do my own walks every day, but I don't. I'm bad.
Unless you live in the dirtiest town in Maine, which doesn't believe in sidewalks. They got a sidewalk plow for the winter. They don't use it. Seen it once.
I just don't.
Must be broke down, I'm guessing. All right, Chuck, we got a few extra minutes. You want to do a couple head-to-head trivia questions?
Let's do it.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
And Scott and Chuck.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
All right, Chuck, I got 3 questions for you. How many do you have for me?
Am I doing today's?
Yes.
Because then I have 4 for you.
I will let you go first then.
Okay. What do the Cleveland Browns, Detroit Lions, Houston, Texas, and Jacksonville Jaguars all have in common?
Ooh, that's way too easy. Hold on.
Who dares enter the sacred and awesome presence of the everlasting know-it-all?
That would be those teams, all losers.
I will give it to you. They are losers.
They are losers. They have never won a Super Bowl.
They've never even been to a Super Bowl.
Ooh, you bested me then.
Right. They're even double losers. Wow.
All right, Chuck, about a dozen of these are used by the U.S. government in Alaska. About a dozen of these vehicles are used by the U.S. government in Alaska.
Is it ground or air?
Air.
Is it an AWACS plane?
No.
No. Is it a stealth bomber?
No.
Is it a...
It's not for a purpose of war.
Not for a purpose of war. Is it like another
government duty?
A government duty. You said duty.
I know they're taking one right now.
Right on the air. No, so is it meant
We've established it's a plane, but it's not doing something for war. It's doing something else, Chuck. Think about the state you used to live in.
Is it for transporting wildlife?
No, sir.
Does it transport people or things?
Things.
I don't know.
About a dozen of those aircraft, about a dozen of these aircraft are used by the U.S. government in Alaska to deliver the mail.
Oh, see, I'm thinking military. Yeah.
I know. That's why I said it's not for like war purposes.
Yep. But a lot of people one thing people don't understand, and I've said this before, people think, shipping to Alaska, even people that live in Alaska, it's going to take forever to get here. Alaska is actually one of the largest shipping hubs in the world. So most of the products that you buy that come from China or other countries actually come through Anchorage.
Alaska first?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, they come through Alaska. So there's a lot of times actually you can get faster, cheaper shipping to Alaska than you can anywhere else, and that kind of blows people's minds.
Cool.
Leaving Alaska, the wait times, and this was before companies were doing like standard overnight stuff. Maybe order something off Amazon. This is 15 years ago. You'd get there in 48 hours. And then we leave Alaska, and all of a sudden there's longer waits for stuff to be shipped. So
That's Simon, definitely.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Next question for me.
Okay. Every day, citizens of the United States create more than 9 million cubic feet of what? I'm guessing you've created a few of this yourself just while we're on the show here.
Saliva?
Nope.
900 billion.
That's measured in gallons, not feet, Scott.
Saliva.
9 million cubic feet of what? This is created by U.S. citizens.
A day or a year? What was it?
Every day. Every day. This is something we all create. Whether you like,
it's not a liquid.
Not if you're lucky.
So I'm gonna have to excrement.
No.
Because you said not if I was lucky.
Yeah.
I'm gas.
Yes, it is gas, Scott. Gas. As in the kind you don't want to create in an elevator or at a Super Bowl party.
My bad.
Wow. Oopsie daisy.
Yep. Sorry.
What Super Bowl party is complete without a bunch of guys sitting around after drinking too much beer and eating too many hot wings and letting it rip?
Okay. I get it.
Sorry.
Phone calls in the U.S. plummeted as much as 58% during this 1995 televised event. Everybody, I mean, more than half the people stopped making phone calls that would usually be making a phone call. It was a 1995 televised event. What was it?
Was it OJ's trial?
It was.
Was it really?
Good job. It was. 58% of people stopped taking calls and got off the phone for OJ's trial.
I was trying to think of the biggest thing that happened around that time, the number one thing that came to mind was OJ. Yeah.
So sad.
Yeah. Wow. All right, so just 532 copies of this were sold in its first year of release. It's I think you're going to need more information than that.
Trump Bible.
No, it doesn't say the year this came out, but I'm guessing it was quite a while ago. It's pretty common now. I think pretty much every household just about has one of these, a copy of this.
It's so vague.
It is. It's a board game. It's a board game.
Oh, it's a board game.
It's a board game. Yeah.
I could just start naming board games. That'd be kind of lame.
I'm gonna say
I have no idea. I don't know idea. I'm gonna say Monopoly, Risk.
Nope. It's you're right up there. That's probably one of the top 3 or 4. But it's not Monopoly. It's not Risk.
Operation.
It involves letters and words.
Oh, Scrabble.
Scrabble.
Scrabble mind games.
Yep.
Yeah.
Are you a Scrabble player?
I'm not going to take that one.
Are you?
No.
Oh.
No.
We play a lot of.
You have to read, Chuck.
Right. True. We play some Scrabble.
Scrabble.
I recently, in the last year, I got involved, got sort of sucked into playing an online, like a Scrabble app game where you play other people. I had to delete it off my phone because I found I wasn't doing anything else. It was about a week of like all Scrabble all the time, and I'm like, nope, I can't do this.
All right, spy the lie, Chuck.
Okay.
I'm going to give you 3. Tell me which one's a lie.
Okay.
The first zoo in the USA was in Philadelphia. The grass at most professional golf tournaments is painted to make it appear even greener, and Alaska is so large it could hold 21 of the smallest U.S. states.
I'm gonna say that they don't paint the grass for golf courses. They put a lot of work into that. They're not gonna do that.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
I had a feeling you'd know that one.
Yeah.
All right, I should have one left, and then we'll head for odd news.
Yeah. I bet you I know some greenskeepers that are offended just by the thought of that.
The idea that they paint it green.
The amount of work they put into that and then paint it green, ooh, they would punch somebody. All right, almost 1 in 5 adults over the age of 30 say they still have at least one of these. It's
Child's toy?
You are pretty much dead on, but be more specific.
Stuffed animal?
Well, no. Did you say the first thing you said again? Did you say a child's toy?
A child's toy.
Whose toy?
1 in 5 Americans have
It is a children's toy, but whose children's toy is it, Scott?
That's just confused me. Whose children's toy was it? Like, who made it?
No. Who did it belong to?
Well, them.
Yes, one of their own children's toys. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I mean, it could have been like any children's toy or one of your kids' toys. No, it's one of your own childhood toys.
All right. I actually still have a few.
Do you?
Yeah. Especially the Hot Wheels.
Yeah, I was gonna say we were having a yard sale once shortly after we moved here, and just one of those things you get in the mood, you get in the moment, you start getting rid of stuff, like, oh, I don't need this. You start cleaning out the house. Decided to sell off my Hot Wheels, and halfway through the yard sale, I had this like, oh, what am I doing? And I like stopped and I was snatching Hot Wheels out of kids' hands. No, that's not for sale.
Oh my gosh, that's horrible.
No, I didn't actually. I let the kids buy them, the ones they had. With a tear. Are you guys sure that was my favorite as a kid? Are you sure you still want it? No.
All right, it's almost time for work, and we're gonna heat up your breakfast.
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing. Be afraid. You look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
All right, we always kick off odd news with the news attack. First sentence, true. Second sentence, bad joke. Chuck Ritchie.
So, Scott, in case you hadn't heard, an asteroid came within 511,000 miles of our planet this morning. Yeah, it left a trail of fast food containers that it tossed out the window.
Typical. You know how those asteroids are, right? Right?
Yeah, asteroids.
All right. Production on a sequel to The Batman will begin later this year. Superhero movies are running out of new villains, like who's afraid of a paper cut?
Me. I am.
Me.
I'm definitely afraid of paper cuts.
Batman will be defending people against paper cuts.
That's why Scott doesn't read, because he's afraid of paper cuts.
Yes. No books for me.
Experts believe a record number of chicken wings will be consumed on Super Bowl Sunday. I'm looking forward to downing some wings, and so's my dog, who's my finger-licking buddy.
Yuck. Yuck.
That's gross.
Sales of dried meat products were up over 10% last year. Wait, people are actually paying to eat my meatloaf?
Oh.
Nasty.
So if you hadn't heard, that sales of dried meat products were up over 10% last year. Yeah, that's great. Now I won't be able to get my favorite song out of my head today. Meat dreams are made of this. Who am I to disagree? Yeah, did a little song for you.
Stop singing!
You made me sing, Scott. Sorry, I apologize.
Scientists in Switzerland determined that the smarter a fly becomes, the quicker it dies. Sometimes it's good to analyze the fly swatter, and sometimes it's better just to get the heck out of the way.
Yeah, wow. Researchers who studied 125 million-year-old dinosaur fossils think they suffered from a form of dandruff. They were also gluten intolerant, Scott. Oh, do you have anything gluten-free? Yeah.
Hey, you man to pick that up for me and hand it to me. I can't reach it with my little dinosaur arms.
I'm the same. I'm annoying like that. I got to have my gluten-free snacks. Yep.
Researchers found that 10 to 15 minutes of laughter can burn off the number of calories found in a medium-sized piece of chocolate. If it's laughter you want, don't listen to me and Chuck.
No. Sorry.
Thank you.
Sorry.
You're going to burn a couple calories, but just a couple.
Yeah, just
don't
eat the cookies.
On to wacky but true. We don't add anything to these, but clips from television and movies to help you figure them out.
There you go. In the UK, a guy stole a car battery. Imagine that. To remove his DNA from the crime scene, he sprayed a fire extinguisher at the car's engine. Didn't remove his DNA, though. A few years ago, the same guy left a soft drink can behind after swinging it during a business burglary. The can also had his fingerprints on it.
Huh. He doesn't seem very good at this.
No.
Behold, look closely. Tell me what you see. Dandruff? Yes. It's his DNA.
We used the complete DNA of a frog to fill in the holes
and complete the code. What? Oh, Mr. DNA, where did you come from? From your blood.
Now, you're telling me that you were so ingrained with white trash DNA that your facial hair actually grows in on its own, all white trashy like that?
I love that one.
Yep. Doesn't get any better than that.
Oh,
right.
man.
Well, maybe it does. Runaway washing machine causing confusion in Amsterdam when it was seen walking down a street during a delivery gone wrong. The appliance had fallen off a tilted delivery truck and, due to its uneven weight distribution, began spinning and moving along the sidewalk on its transportation cart. Pedestrians were scrambling out of the way, diving into the bushes as the washing machine rolled about 100 yards before tipping over.
Wow.
Wow.
Your laundry, sir.
Run for your life!
Oh my God, what are you doing?
The laundry, what's it look like?
Run away!
Dropping your laundry off, Jerry?
A washing machine. I don't know how to work it, so I was kicking it and swearing at it, which is not an uncommon thing to do.
That's what
My
you
dirty
do.
undies, dude. Laundry, the whites.
I put a special hamper in the bathroom just for your shirts, and the other one is just for socks and poo-poo undies.
I really have to off this laundry guy.
Yeah, I have to say really quick, the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life, working for doing some maintenance for a property management company, we were remodeling a kitchen in this rental unit, and we put on the back porch, which faced the alley in a not so great neighborhood, the stove out of the kitchen while we were redoing the flooring. Look out the window. The guy I was working with got it on video. I wish I had that video. This guy comes out of the alley on his bicycle, runs up across the yard like vice clamps this stove, runs back to his bicycle without even missing a beat, throws it on the handlebars of his bicycle, and drives down the alleyway with a full-size stove on the handlebars of his bicycle. Never seen anything like it. I was impressed. Yeah. Another note, kids, don't smoke crack.
Okay.
3 bank robbers in Germany got a surprise when they opened a money bag they had just stolen and found it was filled with sausages instead of cash. Turns out the bank manager had used the empty money bag to hold the 10 pounds of sausages he had brought home to take home for dinner.
This is going to be fun.
Everybody was baffled in the place. They were like, are these sausages or are these hamburgers?
All right, look, lady.
Don't you point those dirty green sausages at me!
Does he have like super gross hands that look like they're made out of big pink sausages? Like eagle talons mixed with squid?
What's happening with those sausages, Charlie?
Croissants! I love croissants!
Oh, yeah, I sure do love giant sausages.
Giant sausages? No way! No way!
I love giant sausages. I like to dry them out and eat them like jerky. Oh, by the way, really quick,
All right.
Good morning, Ken. Ken says hi, and Craig McQuain earlier in the day, he said old Tupperware. I'm not really sure. That was right at the beginning of the show.
That's code for you're off the air.
Oh, uh-oh. Oops.
Old Tupperware. Old Tupperware.
The eagle has dropped the Tupperware.
A massive promotional beach ball. A massive promotional beach ball. Broken. Everybody's getting trampled today. Wash machines, be careful out there.
Right. It's a dangerous day.
Massive promotional beach ball broke free from its moorings at an advertising event in Naples. The 30-foot inflatable sphere bounced through the streets, sending cafe umbrellas flying and tourists diving for cover. Police chased the bouncing menace for 2 blocks before finally cornering it in a parking garage.
Wow. After a long standoff, the the ball was brought in without incident.
Ooh.
You are about to be crushed by a giant corn.
Giant meatball.
You haven't got one thing on here I ordered. Not a beach umbrella, not a sun lounger, no beach balls. If I can't get
Mayhem. Mayhem.
Cats and dogs living together.
Mass hysteria.
Wow. The last one here. Police in England arrested a man for drunk driving, put him in the back of his car. He then locked the police car's doors, climbed into the front seat, and drove away. The police were able to use another vehicle to catch up to him. But it had cop shocks, cop tires.
Exactly, Chuck. How did you know?
Hey, Clarence!
There's only one.
Joey's got a car
car just like yours, man.
I win. I might do a special thing with David Copperfield where he hides in my car in the passenger seat and he just flings magic stuff out the window.
You're not so tough without your car, are ya?
It's got a cop motor, a 440 cubic inch plant. It's got cop tires, cop suspension, cop shocks.
And I want a bigger office. And I want a new car. And I want the city to pay for it all.
Yes. Indeed. Chewila, are you listening?
Are you? Can you hear me? Oh, man. All right. Big round of applause. Chuck Ritchie filling in for Val today. Thank you, Chuck. I know that's an extra morning for you.
Like I said, it's good to get up early. Yep. Who am I?
Huh?
Who am I?
Where
Who's
am
that say? Why am I saying that out loud?
We'll have you back more.
Right.
All right. And then you are going to fill in next Tuesday, too. So we'll appreciate that in advance as Val gets her other eye fix. So, Val, heal quickly.
Yes.
And, Chuck, who's on the radio tonight?
Tonight from 6 to 9 p.m. is Dr. Jazz live in the studio. Then from 9 to midnight, we have the Soul Show with Mike Canton. And tomorrow morning, it'll be myself, Paula, and Sharon Ludwig on the morning show for you. And then Thursday, me and you.
All right.
Back again.
Sounds excellent. Keep your dial right here at Northern Lights Public Radio. It's KCHW 102.7. And for me and Chuck, have a great day.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Say goodbye,
What do you
Scott.
do for an encore? Fall asleep?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talked about getting up early, but I'm eyeballing that couch over there in the other room. Maybe it's nap time.
This ship will self-destruct in 20 seconds. This is your last chance to push the cancellation button.
It's 9:01.